Good morning, everybody. The Rev here. It's time for a cup of coffee with Jesus. Yeah, that's from the drunkard. That's what that is. That's no Halloweenish stuff. That's from the drunkard. Spotlight Theater, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a play. Reminds me of me being the salvation that the Lord gave me about being released from drunkenness and alcoholism. Just saying. Anyway, getting in the Word this morning. John 12. Verse 28, Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered. Others said, an angel spake to them. Jesus answered and said, this voice came not because of me, but for your sakes. Now this is the judgment of the world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out, and if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. Men is italicized there in the King James, which means it was added to maybe bring some context from the Greek, but that's not it, because it's he's talking about drawing all judgment unto him when he's lifted up on the cross. And what I saw interesting here is that when the Father himself spoke, because it was Jesus saying, Father, glorify thy name. And that voice came from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. He's going to be glorified. But it's interesting that when the Lord speaks, what do you hear? Do you hear just a bunch of thunder? Because you think condemnation is coming on you, or you don't understand it, or are you listening and hearing the voice of the Lord? Because Jesus is saying, I'm in communion with the Father. I know what his voice sounds like. That's for you guys. That's for your midst. That's not for my pleasure or for my midst. That's for you to understand what the Father is saying. And then he's saying that about the judgment, it's like the judgment's in the world because the prince of the world's getting ready to get cast out, and I'm going to be lifted up on the cross. And it's not that I will draw all men unto me. I'm going to draw all that judgment and shame upon me on the cross. Because then he goes on to say, and then he said that how his death and how he should die. And he's saying like, yeah, when I'm lifted up off the earth and I'm hung on that cross, all mankind is going to be reconciled to the Father if they just believe. So, are you believing today? Are you believing that you can hear the voice of the Lord? Or are you just hearing banging thunder because you won't accept the Father's love? It's the question of the day. So as you go throughout the day today, understand that you can hear the voice of the Lord for yourself. And it can either sound like thunder and you don't understand it, or you can ask the question and he's faithful and he's just to bring it about in your heart. It's like, Lord, is that you speaking to me? And what is it you're saying to me today? Remember, as always, that Jesus loves you. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Have a great day knowing that you can hear the voice of the Father and that all judgment has been put upon Jesus and you've been released from it in his mighty name. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.